This was the divine feminine breaking through yet again in the most unexpected of places, a male dominated, clergy only space where she wasn't supposed to be, but she was. She always is. Sister Genevieve had been a friend of Pope Francis for several decades. Their bond was rooted not in ceremony, but in service. She brought the forgotten to him, the homeless, the sick, members of the trans community, and he welcomed them all with quiet compassion. She carried those on the edges of society directly to the heart of the church, and Francis opened the door. I'm not going to read the rest of it. You all can. And it's just, it really strikes me as so potent in these times when we watch what's going on and we see the misogyny, the bullying, the just dysfunctionality of what is in our politics and in the press, in the media right now, and just this we know what's right. We know what's right, and we know the power of what's right. I feel like these are such potent, amazing times, and I feel so privileged to be sitting here helping and assisting and watching.
Car.
We're not
Last
judging.
time we were on the expedition, while I was sitting in the car outside the temple of, where were we? In Sicyon, outside the temple of Artemis Limnatis. Soaked in memory, drudging through marshes of angry resentment, I walk forward, barefoot, arms open wide. This is temporary. So I pull and I hook and I drag myself through the sludge, knowing sunlight and cicadas and mountain force awaits me. Where she is waiting. Where sage calls to me, sweet spring water gurgling, stones as old as time, warm in the waiting sun. Mud hardened on my skin cracks to dust as I reach her gates. All of my life unclips behind me. She stands frowning at the dirt under my nails. You ready now? Her voice lightening in my blood. I don't dare to look behind me. Inhaling my decision, I meet her unwavering gaze. Sorry I'm late.
That is beautiful, Carla. Thank you for sharing with us. Oh, I love it. The imagery,
Wow.
the word choices, lightning in my veins, inhaling my decision. Oh, beautiful. I don't know, really. I don't have much to share, much to bring. Things have been, like you said, Caryn, at the beginning, it's feels like things have been slow and a little bit heavy lately, but also light at the same time, if that's possible. Like there is lightness coming, but at the moment it's just heavy. So I've been spending time, trying to work with music and sound and all of that kind of stuff. And yeah, try to figure out what I can offer and where I can offer to the world, what it needs, what I need. Because I found that sometimes that's the best way to do it, right? What is it that I need, or what would I enjoy getting at this time, and then being able to offer that to my community, and then those that need it can have it. So
my name is Lenore Murciano Luna, which we've all assessed clearly at this point. I am in South Florida. I am a healer, shamanic healer, somatic-based healer. I've been doing that for like 30 years. Originally, I was an integrative doctor, so worked a lot with Chinese medicine and acupuncture and things like that. studied psychology originally. I mean, how far back do we want to go? But yeah, and I also am a soul guide, so I do a lot of work with departed souls and our beloved dead, and even curses and thought forms, and clearing a lot of that kind of work. Unfinished business, which there's a lot of. Yeah, and I'm also the founder of Feminine Medicine, which is offers, I mean, it's really the umbrella, but it also offers the training for women that want to really do this kind of healing work, which is all based on the feminine, all based on the feminine to really reclaim your voice. I do use a sound a lot and sacred drumming, but a lot of organic, kind of what I call primordial sound. I was kind of like what Jessica was saying. It's like, how else can I serve? And the community is just for women to kind of come and learn and remember, because really I feel that it's already here, right? It's already within us. All of these different practices with the lunar wisdom, with the different days of the moon, how it's affecting our chakras, how it's affecting our uh, different aspects of ourselves, using sound, womb wisdom, the feminine mysteries. And so I love the community, because it's just this, right? And it's more of this.
Please.
Hour, but yeah. All right. Sanctuary for the soul. So I did write this actually a few weeks ago. This one's pretty recent. I call upon the Great Mother, she who holds the dying, the living, and the unborn. She who dwells in the spaces between the worlds, womb and tomb, silence and song, shadow and flame. May this be a sacred chamber of remembrance, a place where the forgotten are welcomed, where the dead are guided home, and where the living are gently unbound. I speak for the ones who were never witnessed. I light the path for those who linger. I offer my breath, my presence, my hands as a bridge between what has passed and what has yet to come. In this work, I do not walk alone. I walk with the ancestors. I walk with the moon, and I walk with the spirits of the land, the waters, the fire, the air. I walk with the primordial mother, source that knows how to midwife death as sacredly as she midwives life. May all who listen feel the threads stir within them, the ones that remember how to tend the unseen, how to grieve with grace, and how to become the sanctuary.
Just to back it up 1 second. So I usually say a little bit about where we are on the ninth wave. The first one is completed. The second one is waiting on another newsletter. The third one has not kind of that's about to go out. And then I'm filling up the fourth one. And that's it. I mean, in these chaotic, crazy times and being that we're all powerhouses, with little time to spare, we're just doing this very loosely, and I'm seeing some wonderful things. Like I know Dale Allen and Juanita DeSouza, they did 2 online events. I saw, I'm seeing podcasts and different that we're connecting and attending each other's events and supporting each other on social media and reaching out and making some friendships, and it's all a beautiful thing. And I do want to hear also how Wisdom of the Mothers went. I wasn't able to hop on, and I haven't seen the link yet, but I'm gonna try it. No, was it recorded, D'vorah? Yeah.
Yes. The recordings will be available in 2 to 3 weeks, probably we hope 2 weeks.
Okay. And I'm also Miss Carla's.
Yes.
Last one. I have
Which
to
I
listen to
heard
that one.
was wonderful. Yes, I had to miss it because
Oh,
I
I'm
was
sure it
moderating
is.
another room, but yes, I heard it was great. Not surprised.
It was really, really great, D'vorah, and it was so well organized.
Mm.
I also had a bunch of stuff going to prepare to come here to Greece, but I look forward to watching some of those recordings. But I love the way you organized the
Thanks.
program. Everything was easy to click on. Everything was easy to navigate. I was like,
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
one.
they did a great job. The genius. Yeah.
Yeah. And the pictures with the website, like I just found it easy to navigate if you like someone, where you can find them. Like it was just, yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of the
And
best
we're
programs I've ever seen.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want this. And yeah, so it's a very exciting time. And I feel behind on my ninth wave activity, although I do interact with others as often as I can. But Caryn, that's I love the project. It's so important, and every time I see it, it lights me up. And when I came back from ASWM, one of the flyers you brought, I think it was second wave, or maybe first and second wave flyer. It's on the door of my sacred space, my office in Shrine Room. So
Oh, lovely.
it just lights me up every time I read anything about it and see people, other women doing what you envisioned. Yeah. Go ahead.
One of the easiest things to do is just use the tag, the ninth wave. Just when you're posting, put, the ninth wave, the women are coming. Easiest thing to
Yeah.
do, and that
Yeah.
will kind of put us all together. And all of you all are so dear, and I love all of your stuff. And I don't have I don't spend a whole lot of time on social media anymore, thank God. Thank goddess. And so when I get to see your post, when you use the tags, they pulls it up.
Yeah, good point. Thank you.
My name is Carla Ionescu. My PhD is in ancient history, and my area of expertise is the goddess Artemis. So my friend Sandra and I are on phase 3 of the mapping expedition for the Artemis temples. We did one in Greece last spring and then one in Turkey last fall. And now we're here back in Greece. So I'm very excited. The spring has been a little rough for me, maybe for all of us, it seems. A bit of a tornado, I would say. And so I'm very glad to be with you all, and of course to be part of this Divine Feminine app, which Caryn is spearheading here, which is wonderful. What else? I do a free monthly workshop on this learning platform that I have for the Artemis Research Center.
I always sit there and look, and just the power of knowing that all of this was around for thousands of years, and and just the fact we never heard about it. I mean, I went to school. I don't remember learning about any of that. Asherah has been popping in my mind a lot lately. I think is the coolest thing, how a goddess will talk to me. She'll just pop in my mind, and then all of a sudden I'll hear something about her, and she'll just keep popping in my mind. She's just kind of this little, excuse me. And yeah, it's so powerful. And the word that keeps popping into my mind with this meeting is resist. Resist. It's watching my emotions, and instead of falling into these old patterns, resist. It's just like, I don't want to live there anymore. I've got so much to do, and I've got so many incredible friends and colleagues, and all of this juicy, wonderful. And it's just like, the graduation, I'm watching it, and it was so colorful. So many Black people, so many Asians, so many Hispanics. Not all, we white people were really in the minority at that graduation. And we went on the way here, we stopped at a Walmart, and in front of me, my daughter and I were getting bobby pins, and there was this beautiful Black lesbian couple in front of me. They were holding hands. And and it just like this thing popped into my mind, and I'm like, that's what started all of this. The taking back that power from it, made like this white male culture that has been here for the last 2,000 years, to see all of this different culture coming into play and succeeding, and coming out more, and these proud, beautiful Black women holding hands. We don't need you. Scares the shit out of them. Anyhow, I've spoken again. But go ahead, Marilyn. It's your turn.
Oh, you brought up so much. I saw Sister, thank you. I saw Sister Genevieve as a huge symbol of where we are and where we're going. So I really appreciated your acknowledgement of her. Let's see. When you say about resistance, I actually have a different view. I think you know. I remember the phrase, resist not evil. And that's a very interesting thing to think about. Resist not evil. I think resistance as an attitude creates more coming back at you. And anyway, that's another whole story. But for example, we have been doing a lot of protesting up here. And someone suggested that we do so under this name instead of protest, an act of democracy. In other words, put it into what you want, not what you're against. And anyway, so that's kind of my story. The spare time, I thought about this idea of getting activists together to brainstorm, to harvest the ideas that we don't speak to. And while I was thinking about how to do that, some woman called me and said, I'd like to invite you to a group of people to brainstorm what we could do. So I really enjoyed that session. There was only 9 of us, 2 ministers, really great. But the other thing that I'm excited about is we have I'm not a Christian, by the way. I like to say I'm a pagan who believes in the teachings of Jesus. But the new minister at our Unity Church, I just really was amazed. I'm so pleased with who she is. We're having lunch. But I approached her to have the film In Our Right Minds. She said yes. And another minister who joined us said, I'm going to ask my church. They said yes. And then I have a third church who said yes. So
Well,
sometime in the month of June, we will be showing our wonderful film with dialogue. And we've got 3 churches coming together who probably are not necessarily familiar with that information. But anyways, that's what I'm doing in my slowing pace. So that's all good.
well, we're glad to have you here, Marilyn.
Thank
I
you.
love you. And I think even like, and I love to flip stuff. So resist can be and I think when I say resist, it's like resist falling into depression, resist getting angry, resist
Oh,
all these
yeah,
old
then say that.
yeah. Well, and Marilyn texted me because I did another post where I used the word fuck, and Marilyn was like, "Great post, but did you have to use that word?" And I was
Well, it's the first thing you saw, and there are people we don't know how, I use the word all the time, so I'm not
yeah,
against the word, but I like to know my audience before I do it.
I
And I
I
think
know, I
we just
know,
don't
and
know our audience, yeah.
yeah, and I got that
Anyway,
little rebel
you were
side.
great.
So if you had to choose, what kind of life would you lead? No wrongs, no paying dues, just a wild soul you could feed. What secret plans have you made? The place you go in afraid. Life is passing you by. So if you could elope with just yourself and the sky, nobody saying no, you'd have the power to fly. What secret plans have you made? The place you go in afraid. Life is passing you by. Embrace your secret place. Embrace your secret place.
Oh,
I do, and I meant to read from it before. So unless somebody else has one that they want to. Okay. So this is from, do you know the Witch deck, Woman in Total Control of Herself? With Angie Sullins. Yeah, it's a beautiful oracle, and the art by Silas Tobal. So the one that I did bibliomancy while we were talking earlier and got Thief of Peace. And it's a beautiful, I don't know if you can see it, it's a woman sitting looking very pensive. But it's interesting. Moments of anxiety, stress, and overwhelm are a part of life, but we don't have to make them worse by asking what's wrong with me. Nothing is wrong with you. We need to switch, with the which part capitalized, that question to what happened to me. Any unsupportive, unloving reaction you have towards yourself in times of stress is a direct result of trauma, which is kind of interesting. Your job is to bring awareness to your lovableness in any given situation so that you can encourage your sweet self and give the support your psyche so desperately needs to navigate challenging times.